and welcome to the Diamond Spotlight interview. I am Barbara Beckley, the founder of the Diamond Factor LLC, where the mission is to empower women to understand their PPD, their purpose, passion, and drive. This platform is to make sure to increase their visibility and shine like a diamond to the world. Today we are spotlighting, and I always call the women that I interview Queen Diamonds. So we have another wonderful Queen Diamond with a wonderful smile already. Daniela Siggia, Siggia, right? I'm sorry.
Gia, close, very close.
Gia, and I just said it before we were in the virtual back room, is co-founder of Noble Body Care Inc., and an all natural luxury body care product line. She is also the author in Loving Denial, Stop Saying I Beat Cancer. Now, I'm just gonna let everybody know that was a really short introduction, but this woman is truly amazing. She is going to tell you some things that she went through and some things that she's been doing spectacular. Because I just don't want that little introduction to be like, oh, that was no. She is huge. She is huge. So Daniela, thank you for coming on the Diamond
Thank you for
Factor Spotlight interview. I am so pleased that you're here. So, first, like I said, you are amazing. And after hearing about your Noble Body Care was created, not just body care, but help in some medical aspects in your family life within you and your family. Please share what inspired you and started the company to be such a great impact.
It started really because I was living with a chronic condition and my doctors kept saying there was nothing more they could do for me. And they said I was in denial because I just wouldn't accept that. And just started to do my own research and education. My sister-in-law was a midwife, so she was definitely a big factor in that. And I started to recover, and not just recover, but bounce back in a really profound way. And so that's where the education started. But then my parents both got cancer around the same time, different cancers, and that led to an expedited education on carcinogens and how so many women get more instances of certain cancers because of the amount of carcinogens in their body care items. And I was shocked to find out, especially in North America, how predominant that problem was. So, I wanted to eradicate my parents', closets of all of that stuff, cupboards, but they're snobs. So for me to get them to use other natural things that were, by their definition, granola, right, was just not going to fly. Their designer, everything. So I had to come up with formulations that beat the designer stuff that they were doing. And it was just so amazing. My father actually said, you're either going to turn this into a business or I'm going to steal the recipe and I'm going to turn it into a business. And so that's what happened. Yeah.
Awesome, Danielle. I mean, I'm just amazed that you had to basically, you took it upon yourself to say, I need to really look into this because I just want to help my parents. I mean, it was to that point, and then you took it on, and now it's this wonderful product that you sell that's
Yeah.
helped so many others.
It's really a love inspired thing. Truly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, the growing demand for natural products for personal grooming has become one of the primary concerns, and I know for individuals, and the more people are using that, more so than all those other products that have all those other items in there that you would know how to say the name of.
Yeah.
So why do you think there is such a growing interest in the natural product like the body and face care right now?
I really think it's cancer. Now, there are other issues with these items, like they're endocrine disruptors as well. So there's a lot of hormonal issues that come along with using many of your favorite body care items, even cleaning products in your home for that matter. But cancer is the one that I think has touched literally everybody. Everybody knows someone who has, suffered or died from cancer. And I think that's frightened people. People are afraid, and we're becoming more educated on toxins in the environment, and especially with the environment being so prevalent in popular discussion, that we're starting to really pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, I know I have, because I know I have really sensitive skin.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm in remission right now. It's been 11 years for me, but I had uterus cancer.
Okay.
And even with that, I found out my skin changed a lot.
Yeah.
when I was going through before I had my surgery because I had a hysterectomy that I had to get done.
Right.
And it seemed like my skin would change with that. So I had to use a certain type of lotion, and I couldn't use the, I hate to say the cheap stuff. I had to get a little bit more where it had, I think the one I was using had like oatmeal products in it, and it really, really helped with my skin.
Now, my dad was given a medicated cream, so he ended up with neuropathy from his cancer treatment as well. And the pain was just incredible. And he was given a medicated cream, but you can only use it so many times a day and, all this other stuff. So then it makes you wonder what's in this stuff. You know what I mean? That I
Yeah.
can't use it when I need it. So one of my formulations is a body balm that I formulated for pain. We're actually in the process right now with Health Canada to get it approved as a natural health product. Like, it's that amazing. That's actually the product that started it all. So he was on the highest dose of narcotic painkiller for that neuropathy, and he was getting dementia-like symptoms. And my father is a very dynamic personality, so that was not going to fly. And he started using this pain balm, and a little bit at a time went off all painkillers. So forget that, you know what I mean? It helped a little, it helped a lot.
Yeah.
So he can't live without this cream. And he was the one, that was the product where he said, we've got to do this, because he started sharing it with other people. And they were using it for everything, for mosquito bites, for coughs and colds. You know what I mean? They're like, oh my God, it works on everything. So that's what really blew it up. Yeah. But it was his skin, and his skin too would crack. It was awful. His
Yeah.
feet, it was really bad. My mom as well, she had a lot of skin issues. So the entire line, although we don't market it, like if you look at the Noble website, you don't see cancer mentioned. Like, we don't market any of that stuff. It's really a luxury brand, and we just talk about that. But an insider knowledge is that everything that I created, this entire thing, all the formulations are natural, but they're healing. So every single ingredient does something for your skin. And carrier oils, for example, they're culinary grade. So they have their full nutrition profile, where so many cosmetic companies take out the best parts because they want it clear, let's say, where ours is golden. Like, we don't touch it. It is the way it comes out of the tree is how I use it. So, that was our big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I seen when I was looking at your site a few days ago, and I was seeing there was one videos, which you have some awesome videos of showing the product. This one lady, it was kind of like like you said, a golden, and she was talking about this kind of walnut in it and everything. And I
Yeah.
was like, I just want to get through the video and just take some and just use it. It
Oh,
was that. It was just like, oh my God, this is all. I love seeing that.
it's
So it looks so natural.
gorgeous. And
Yeah.
one thing we didn't expect is that the demographic for our face oils are women over 70. So I was really like, we market to anybody over 40 because this is very rich, nourishing oil. So for aging skin or skin that needs to be really well nourished, this is the stuff. But women over 70 are reporting that they actually see diminished wrinkles. That's the walnut oil. And not everybody can use this product, because some people can't use nut oils or walnut oil. And everybody says to me, well, get rid of it because you'll sell it to more people. And it's like, yeah, but for the people that can use walnut oil, there's nothing better for wrinkles. All those fancy chemicals they're talking about and peeling and whatever. Walnuts, man, walnuts is the most amazing thing for fine lines. Will disappear. So I leave it in there. So for people that are really looking to get actually visible changes, this stuff will do it. Nothing beats nature. We've always used nature. It's just lately because chemical companies and lobbyists wanted to sell their chemicals somewhere. You know what I mean?
I know. It's kind of sad because it's doing more damage than any good. But
Oh,
like you said, it's the I think. Well, I'm going to say it. It's the money part that they're looking at, and that's what causes a lot
well,
of that.
in my business, you mentioned that I did a lot in business. My prior incarnation in business was in the environmental renewable sector. So I have a little bit of education on chemicals, and I can tell you something that, in Europe, there's 2,000 some odd chemicals that are banned. In North America, it's like in Canada, 23, 24, something like that. In the States, 6 or 8. So I want you to imagine the companies that make this stuff that are now kicked out of Europe and every country that Europe trades with. Where else can they put their chemicals where people will actually buy it? And only in North America will women have an oil for this, an oil for that, a cleaner for the kitchen, a cleaner for the floor. You know what I mean? I just use vinegar. You know what I'm saying? Most people
It
have
works.
1,000 cleaners, 1,000 body products, and whatever. And so, and only in North America will they spend that money, which means those companies have nowhere else to put their stuff but here.
Oh.
So that's why they have a lot of lobby power here, because they're maintaining that. And if you look at a lot of natural products, even on social media, you have a hard time advertising them because algorithms push them down because you're selling snake oil. Guess what? I'm not selling cancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of like that. That's the good slogan. I'm
Yeah,
not selling cancer. I'm trying to help people.
that's right. That's right.
And then you get pushed down like, really? That's so
Oh,
opposite.
when
I hate
both
that.
my parents got sick, like if one was bad enough, but then when my mom got sick too, I got angry. It was beyond sad. I got angry. And then it was like, what? And I know some of the, because I'm a registered lobbyist. So I
Mhm.
know some of the lobbyists, you know, in that toxic world, and I don't like them. Like even personally, I don't like them. So it was like, you know what? You just pissed off the wrong woman, and I'm an entrepreneur. So I turned that into a mission. But like, yeah, like I said,
Mm.
you go on the website, you'll never know that. You know, it's all about luxury and la and get rid of your wrinkles. But between me, you, and your audience, no, man, there's a mission behind that. And yeah,
I love it. I love it.
it's off to entrepreneurs.
Go for it. That's what I'm saying. I told everybody you're amazing. See, I'm loving that. That's you have to make that. I feel like it's good to make that statement because you're helping so many people, Danielle. So
Thank
just to let
you.
you know that you
Thank
really are. Now, I was going to ask you. I know you have different, natural care products, but tell us which one is like your top selling product. Is the one that we talked about with the walnut oil, or is it a different one?
It's actually our face oil. There's a rose and frankincense face oil. That's the one that I said has that niche market, women over 70, you
Mhm.
know. But I'll tell you, for women 45 to 70 that want to avoid getting the wrinkles, that stuff's truly like exceptional. And then, of course, the body balm. That, like I said, we're actually getting a license from Health Canada for that because it fixes everything. It's amazing stuff. So yeah, those two are what we're most known for.
Most known for. I definitely got to go out and buy both of them when we're done with the interview. I need to go order,
It's
especially for the wrinkles,
fantastic.
because I'm in my 50s and I'm like, hey, if I could, you know, get
My,
some use serum a little, I always call it or something to help me. That would be
I invented that one for my stepmom. So she's the one who inspired that one. And she's over 70. And within a week of using it, people were asking her if she had work done. Yeah.
really. Oh yeah.
Yeah. This, and again, there's a lot of stuff in that, you know, the rose, the frankincense, and I use real essential oils. Very
Yes.
clarifying, brightening for your skin. It reduces blemishes. So by the time, you know, you're in your 40s and up, you're starting to see the damage, you know, of the years. And
Mm.
this stuff is just remarkable for that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Because right now I use Mary Kay products for my skin.
Yeah.
And because I really have sensitive skin, so I have to be careful. Even with America, I had to be careful on what I'm using. But
Yeah.
then I'm thinking, even with that, it might not be all. I know it's probably all natural. So I really want to get to what you do, as far as the more natural part of it, because like you said, when you think about, it, like you just stated, a long time when we weren't even here, they were using the natural stuff that was in the earth and stuff, and it was doing pretty well.
You know, frankincense and myrrh are, and even rose oil for that matter, are one of the first globally traded commodities that there ever was. So the first trade route international was to trade those essential oils, and it was for cosmetics. You know, so like where Cleopatra was in that trade, that was where a lot of her wealth came from. So I mean, we're
Mm.
coming from good stock here. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah,
I know, and we don't
following.
even realize it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the first global entrepreneur thing that ever happened on the planet was trading essential oils in part for their cosmetic value. So really, truly, this always has been, you know, I'm just going back to the first queen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
taking it from there.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
Awesome, awesome. Now, now there's a statement under your website. You said we aim to delight your senses and to craft the cozy that you deserve. Can you share what inspired you with that statement? I thought that was so nice.
Honestly, domestic abuse. When
Oh,
I lived 13 years in a domestic abuse situation, and it took 13 years for me to get strong enough to get out. And a lot of that was because I had that chronic health condition that truly trapped me in this space. And everybody talks about getting out, and of course, obviously, I celebrate that. But what about when you're stuck in that? And the only way that I could keep my sanity through that was intense self care. So, anywhere that I could turn any little peaceful moment, even drinking a cup of coffee, into something decadent, candles, my favorite socks, whatever, I did.
mhm.
And that intense self indulgence and self love is how A, I survived in the moment, and B, was able to get to a personal place of empowerment to get out. And that applies to any crappy moment in your life. And we have them. And sometimes it's not just a bad day, sometimes it's a bad couple of years. You know what I mean? Financial
Yeah.
issues, personal issues, heartbreak, loss, grief. And it's that intense self care that will kind of carry you when everything else, your emotions are falling apart. That little bit sometimes is just what you need to get you through that moment. And so, again, that's kind of like my little secret message, that I want every woman in every bad moment to have at least the thing that, like, for example, remember I mentioned the rose face oil? Great
Yes.
for wrinkles, all that stuff, but rose is very uplifting for depression. And frankincense is also powerful for PTSD.
Hmm.
So that formulation, when I was working on it for my stepmom's wrinkles, that's the oils in it, but the essential oils I was using for me to get me through all the trauma. So when
Wow.
you're using that oil and you put it on, it's like, oh, you feel soothed, but you don't know why. And again, I don't really go into a lot of that on the website, but you'll feel it. And
Hmm.
that's what I'm trying to give women. So it's not just an oil that's going to help your skin. You're going to use it and it's going to do something for your limbic system. You're going to take a deep breath. That bath is going to truly feel like an exorcism. You know what I mean? A detox, because every oil I use is carefully selected to do something a lot more than just feel or smell good.
Oh my God. Awesome. Awesome. And I mean, see, this is what I'm talking about, how you went from one situation, you would talk a little bit about, domestic violence that you dealt with. And even with that, you created something that just, impacts everybody in their life. So
I
truly awesome, Danielle. I mean,
thank
wow.
you.
And
Thank
see, I love how you said that. And I think this is what we all do, because I know I've done it too, and probably other women too, is that, you have to look for different things to move you away from what the surroundings is going on, because if you don't, you'll just get more plugged into it, and then you won't find a way to get out of it. I mean, you don't feel that strength. You start just going into that downward spiral. So
well,
you took it on and said, you know what, I'm not gonna, even though this is going on right now in my life, I'm still finding ways to cope.
entrepreneurism did that for me. It was entrepreneurism that empowered me, because at home I was being told I was terrible, but at work I was shining. I was winning awards. I actually left him when RBC, Royal Bank, hi, RBC gave me a business award, a Royal Ruby Award, which is
Congrats.
very prestigious. And that was the thing. I remember I had gone through horrible abuse that morning on my way to be photographed for the local paper, and they were going to do a whole spread on me in the paper. And I went to get photographed with all these other business leaders, and I'm looking around and thinking, this isn't me. Like, what am I doing with this guy? Like, look who I am. Like, what am I doing? So that was my big aha moment. And I
Yeah.
left like that day, the next day. So entrepreneurism gave me the platform and the financial. A lot of women leave in a really negative situation financially. I was empowered. I bought the house. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're gonna get out. And I could afford to support myself well when I left, when
Mm.
not many women have that privilege. And that was entrepreneurism that did that for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm. So now, this is a funny question I always ask all the ladies.
Sure.
what would you call, because I'm already hearing a lot of superpowers you have, but what would you call your number one superpower that's just natural to you?
I have learned to turn the worst situations that happen to me and others into the absolute best thing, so that a year later you're looking back and you're grateful that XYZ happened. And I'm so good at it. I'm hired as a consult, like a disaster PR consultant and as a lobbyist to help deal with other people's disasters. And I really believe those are moments where you get to pivot, you know what I mean, potentially, or transform. And I've stopped looking at those endings as a bad thing and
Mm.
as a what's next. And I've had enough tragedy and then huge success come as a result of, in one way or another, that now when something bad happens, I get that this is going to lead me to something good, and that's a contagious thing. So when I'm able to give that, positivity, I can shift somebody's mindset. They're going to shine, and this is going to be a good thing, whatever that is.
Mm. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I just love how you use, you just use those. I always say the things that we go through in life are stepping stones of strength. I
And it's
always tell people
true.
that.
It's not
And
a saying. It's true. That is true. Yeah.
yes, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I know you said your superpowers, and that was just, I hate that was a lot of wisdom, but I just wanted to ask before we close, what are some last words that you would like to leave with the audience? And then please tell them how they can contact you.
That you can really overcome anything. I've learned that it might not be what you think or how you want it to be, but if you can just remain open and positive and determined, you can do anything. And you can find me through noblebodycare.com. You can reach me directly through the website, and I'm happy to speak to anybody.
Well, I will make sure that that is notated on the caption of your interview when we post it. And I just thank you so much, Daniela, for allowing me to interview you in this spotlight.
No, thank
Listen,
you. I'm
it was a
so
joy.
grateful.
It was
So
a joy to get to know you. You're a good, wonderful impact to the world. Remember that, and please, everybody, I always push people to get to know these wonderful Queen Diamonds. They have so much experience and just so much to give, and to just help you uplift your own life within your own life. So please reach out to Daniela with her products. I know I'm going to buy some. I'm already
you.
working out which ones I want.
Thank
So
you.
I'm gonna get some of those products. So I wish you continuous success in your life and in your business. Truly, truly do.
Thank you.
And to those that are listening, thank you for joining us for another special edition of the Diamond Factor Spotlight interview. You can join us at the Facebook community under the Diamond Factor Experience. And if you wish to be spotlighted just like this wonderful queen here today, please contact me through Messenger under the Facebook page. And as I always say, remember that you have a diamond factor in you. It's your PPD, your purpose, passion, and drive. And because you're so important to yourself and your life of your purpose, then you can be a purpose and an impact in somebody else's life. And that's why we help each other around the world. And with that said, I'll see you at the next Diamond Spotlight interview. Daniela, thank you so much again. Take
You.
care.
Bye bye.